What Lake Tahoe Resort offers intermediate trails across 2 states, sits among the 10 largest ski areas in America, and provides some of the most scenic cruising runs you'll find anywhere. That would be Heavenly Mountain Resort. I'm based in Australia, where my home resort covers just over 1,000 acres, so Heavenly's 4,800 acres feels truly massive. During my visit in February, I spent 4 days riding and exploring both the California and Nevada sides, and with 62% of the 94 marked runs graded intermediate, plus extensive tree skiing throughout the terrain. There's plenty of choice for anyone comfortable on blue runs. If you're an Epic Pass holder, you get unlimited access here, which makes sense given how much terrain there is to explore. Today, I'm breaking down my top 5 intermediate runs based on what I experienced during my visit, considering flow, views, snow quality, and how they stack up for progression. If you've ridden Heavenly, drop a comment comparing your favourite intermediate runs to mine. And if this helps with your trip planning, hit that like button and subscribe for more resort breakdowns. Starting at number 5 is Skyline Trail, and I'll be honest, this one's more about the journey than the skiing. It's long, it's flat in sections, and if you're on a snowboard, you'll want to keep your speed up to avoid getting stuck on the traverses. The trail itself is more of a gentle traverse for the first half. You're not getting much vertical, but you're covering serious horizontal distance across the resort's spine, and it takes you from the California side over to the Nevada side. But here's why it made my list. The views are absolutely ridiculous. You start with Lake Tahoe spread out below you, and from up here at around 9,000 feet, 2,743 meters, the scale becomes apparent. On clear days like I had, you can see all the way across to the mountains on the far side of the basin, with the lake looking like a massive blue mirror surrounded by snow-covered peaks. Then, as you traverse past Heavenly's famous Pinnacles area, those jagged rock formations that define the resort's skyline, the scenery completely transforms. Suddenly, you're looking east into Nevada, and the desert valley sits 5,000 feet, 1,500 meters, below. It's pretty surreal being on snow, while looking down at brown desert landscape stretching toward the horizon. Coming from Australia, I'm used to contrasts, but this is next level. The second half connects you to Big Dipper, where you can finally open it up and get some proper turns in. The snow quality on Skyline varies depending on exposure. The California-facing sections get more sun and can get crusty later in the day, while the Nevada side tends to hold longer. Think of Skyline as the scenic route. You're not here for technical challenge, you're here for the photos, the experience of crossing between 2 states on skis, and honestly, just to say you've done it. It takes about 10 to 15 minutes to complete if you stop for photos, which you absolutely should. The trail represents Heavenly's unique geography better than any other single run on the mountain. Number 4 on the list is the Galaxy Lift area on the Nevada side, often gets overlooked by visitors who spend most of their time on the California side, and that's exactly why it's perfect for intermediate progression. Galaxy itself is a fixed grip quad that takes about 10 minutes to ride, but there's never a queue. During my visit, I could lap this zone without any lift lines, while the Canyon Express and Sky Express on the main mountain all had 15-minute waits. Perimeter is the standout run here. It's a classic blue cruiser that starts at about 9,200 feet, 2,804 meters, and drops roughly 800 feet of vertical. What makes it special is the consistent fall line and the width, so there's plenty of room to work on your technique without worrying about other skiers. The pitch is perfect for building confidence, steep enough to maintain speed and practice carved turns, but forgiving enough that you won't get in over your head. The tree skiing options here are what really set this zone apart for intermediate progression. On skiers left of perimeter, there are gladed areas that are spaced perfectly for someone ready to try their first tree runs. The trees aren't dense, the pitch is moderate, and crucially, all the gladed areas feed back to the main runs. You can't get properly lost here like you might in some backcountry zones. Galaxy, which sits to the right of the lift, offers slightly more pitch and usually holds snow longer due to the north-facing aspect. During my visit after that 10-inch snowfall, this area was still fresh in some spots by 2 p.m. when the rest of the mountain was getting skied out. The grooming here is excellent because there's less traffic to chop it up. so even by afternoon on a sunny day, you'll still find decent corduroy. Right, quick break from the video. I need to tell you about something we've just launched that honestly should have existed years ago. How many times have you arrived at a resort and realized you've forgotten your goggles, or your phone charger, or that one crucial layer that would have made the difference between a good day and a great day on the mountain? Yeah, me too. Every bloody trip. So we've built something at Snowstash to fix this, and a bunch of other planning headaches that come with ski trips. You can now sign up for a free Snowstash account, and here's what that gets you. First, a proper packing checklist that you can customize and save. No more standing in a rental shop at 8 a.m, wondering if your boots are back in the accommodation or actually in the car. Second, trip planning tools. Create your itineraries. Save your accommodation details. Easily access resort webcams and our resort snow reports, all in one place instead of scattered across your phone's notes app and random bits of paper. Third, our weekly newsletter, which keeps you up to date on the latest snow news all year round. Plus, you can favorite the resorts you've loved or build a wish list of places you want to visit. Because, let's face it, half the fun of skiing is planning the next trip while you're still on the current one. Look, it's free, it takes about 30 seconds to sign up, and we're constantly adding features based on what actual skiers and riders tell us they need. The link's in the description, or just head to snowstash.com and click the sign up button. We're hoping this becomes your go-to partner for the entire ski season. Right, back to the video. Thanks for watching. Ciao. Coming in at number 3 is Big Dipper, and it is exactly what you'd expect from a classic intermediate trail. Wide, well-groomed, and served by an efficient express lift. Starting at 9,700 feet, 2,956 meters, you get 850 feet, 260 meters of consistent vertical drop, and the trail design makes the most of every foot. The Dipper Express is a high-speed quad that moves about 2,400 people per hour, so even when there are lines, they move quickly. The width is necessary because this run gets serious traffic. It's easily accessible from the Nevada base, appeals to a wide range of abilities, and connects to multiple other trail systems. During peak times, you might have a large number of skiers on this run simultaneously. But that width in the widest sections means there's always space to carve proper turns without conflicts. What I really appreciate about Big Dipper is how the pitch varies throughout the descent. The top section is relatively mellow at maybe 18 to 20 degrees, perfect for warming up your legs and getting a feel for snow conditions. The middle section steepens to around 25 degrees, where you can really open it up and work on longer radius turns. The bottom third mellows again, giving you space to control speed before hitting the lift line. The morning grooming here is excellent. Heavenly's grooming crew clearly prioritizes this run because of the traffic it gets. You'll find perfect corduroy first thing in the morning with those beautiful parallel lines that make carving so satisfying. The tree options on either side add variety when you're ready for more challenge. Skiers left has more advanced tree skiing with tighter spacing, while Skiers right is more forgiving with wider tree spacing and similar pitch to the main run. Big Dipper faces northeast, so it holds snow well throughout the day, maintaining good conditions even when south-facing runs are getting slushy. Look, deciding on which run goes in the top spots was pretty hard, but number 1 on this list is quite unique, which is why Liz's Trail gets the number 2 spot. Liz's sits right in the center of the trail map, running top to bottom off the Sky Express, and it represents everything great about intermediate skiing at Heavenly. With 990 feet of vertical from 9,845 feet elevation, it's got a good amount of length. This is a run where you can really get into a rhythm and maintain it for continuous skiing. The Sky Express is one of Heavenly's most popular lifts, and the high-speed quad carries 2,400 people per hour, but also takes you to the summit of the resort. What sets this run apart is the incredible variety within the single trail designation. The top section starts wide and relatively mellow, but as you drop into the thick of the run, things get interesting. The pitch increases and the trail narrows slightly, demanding better technique and speed control. The middle section is where Liz's really shines for skill development. You've got consistent fall line with enough pitch to challenge your edge control and balance, but it's not so steep that you'll get overwhelmed. This is perfect terrain for working on longer radius carved turns and building confidence at higher speeds. The snow quality tends to be better here than on some of the more exposed California side runs, probably due to the elevation and northwest facing aspect. During my visit with fresh snow, I was doing exactly what makes Liz's special, hitting the trees for powder turns, then back to the main run for speed. The tree riding on either side offers perfect progression. All the gladed areas eventually funnel back to the main trail. The bottom section opens up again and provides a nice long run out to the lift base. This gives you time to reflect on your run and plan your next lap. What impressed me most about Liz's is how it challenges you in different ways throughout the descent. It's not just one long, consistent pitch. You're constantly adapting your technique, which makes you a better rider without feeling like you're taking a lesson. Ridge Run takes the top spot, and honestly, it might offer the best views from any intermediate trail globally. Starting at 10,040 feet, 3,060 meters off the Sky Express, this run showcases exactly why people travel from around the world to ski Lake Tahoe. The start of the descent takes you towards the towering peaks in the distance, and then once you slowly turn to the right, Lake Tahoe comes into full view, you understand why this trail exists. The lake dominates the scenery, surrounded by Sierra Nevada peaks reaching over 10,000 feet. The scale is really impressive. Lake Tahoe is 22 miles long and 12 miles wide, and from this elevation, you can see the entire basin. I found myself stopping multiple times just to take it in. The riding itself matches the scenery perfectly. It's wide enough for the crowds it attracts, but maintains enough pitch to keep things interesting. The trail starts with a relatively gentle pitch, giving you time to appreciate the views while warming up your legs. As you progress down the fall line, the pitch increases slightly in the middle section, providing excellent terrain for carved turns while maintaining those incredible lake views. What makes Ridge Run special beyond the scenery is how well designed it is for intermediate progression. The consistent fall line and predictable pitch changes let you focus on technique rather than worrying about sudden steeps or flat sections. The grooming is typically excellent because this is one of Heavenly's signature runs. They know people are here for the experience, so they maintain it accordingly. Even with heavy traffic, the run is wide enough that you can find your own space. You don't need to bomb it at full speed on Ridge Run. The whole point is slowing down and appreciating what's in front of you. The bottom section provides multiple exit options, connecting with various lift systems so you can easily lap it when you want to experience those views again. This run embodies what makes Heavenly unique. It's not just about the skiing, it's about the complete experience with scenery that genuinely rivals anywhere in the world. After days of exploring Heavenly's intermediate terrain, what stood out was the sheer variety available. You've got scenic traverses like Skyline Trail that cross state lines, quiet zones like Galaxy for skill building, classic cruises like Big Dipper for perfecting technique, challenging runs like Liz's for progression, and scenic masterpieces like Ridge Run that showcase why Tahoe is world famous. For intermediate skiers, Heavenly offers solid progression opportunities without the intimidation factor you might find at some other major resorts. The terrain is spread across both states, so you can always find quieter zones when the main areas get busy. The elevation, with most intermediate terrain above 9,000 feet, 2,743 meters, means snow quality tends to be reliable throughout the season. With 62% of the 94 marked runs graded intermediate, plus all that tree skiing throughout the 4,800 acres, you could easily spend a week here without running out of new terrain to explore. If you're planning a visit and hold an Epic Pass, Heavenly definitely deserves several days in your itinerary. Just remember to build in some flexibility for weather. This high elevation terrain can shut down quickly when storms roll in, but when it's clear, the riding and scenery are hard to beat. What's your experience been at Heavenly? Drop a comment with your favorite intermediate runs and how you think they compare to what I've covered today. And if you found this breakdown helpful for your trip planning, make sure you hit that subscribe button for more resort guides. If you want to see my full resort review of Heavenly, it's linked above. Thanks for watching. Ciao.